system to predict breast cancer.
We're being highly innovative in the classroom by trialling new tools, and we're redefining the learning and the learning process in the classroom. To me, that's breaking new ground, and it's exciting.
Machine learning and artificial intelligence is one of those things that it just can unlock so much potential. These sorts of tools are really starting to become more accessible to a wider variety of people. Building the new tools is really only one part of it. The other part that I think a lot of people overlook is that you actually have to teach people to use these tools.
When Liam came to me with sort of the project he was working on in the Innovation Centre around machine learning and learning analytics, and he said, look, this is Azure, this is the learning analytics and the machine learning, and this is some of the processes that we can work through. I was interested, it's such a powerful tool, and for it to be easy to use to me didn't really make much sense. But when he led me through it, I thought, actually I think some of our younger girls could probably use this as well.
The software was quite intuitive. We were able to figure out how to get everything to work quite easily.
The girls designed a model in Azure Machine Learning Studio that can predict breast cancer. They then collaboratively explored the model in Excel, learning what factors were the most significant.
It's a nice place to be, just sort of not even facilitating the process, just allowing that learning to happen.
Technology is a huge part of change in today's society, so it makes sense for Seymour to want to be at the leading edge of that. By teaching their students brand new technologies, they'll be creating tomorrow's leaders.
I'm confident that by adopting this technology, that our students will experience a learning environment that they won't get anywhere else.
We now face a challenge for our future. We need to be proactive and embrace technology as an enabler to help grow brand new industries and create South Australia as something new and something vibrant.
We can't wait to predict what's next.
So hopefully that gives you a little bit of inspiration. Actually, you can do this stuff. All these things that people are talking about on the stage today, you can do. It's in your grasp. Yeah, a lot of companies give you access to these tools like Azure Machine Learning and the Watson stuff. You can get all of that for free. Yeah, and you're standing on the shoulders of giants. We'll create it, but it's you which actually create the apps of the future. Now, this is an interesting one. So that's machine learning. Tick. You've talked about it this morning. You can do it if you really want to. You can do it tomorrow. The next thing is cognitive services. Ooh, a few people talked about that today. It's services that actually can look at your age, your behavior, your emotions, and a whole heap of other things. Yeah? So these are some of our cognitive services. Has anybody tried one of these before? Yeah? Guess your age. They get it right, but it uses machine learning in the background to kind of learn from the images and analytics of images. Okay? So that's an old photo of me, and it actually put my age up right at the time. Look at that. Twins or not. Seen that? Look at, I'm 24% related to Gareth Bale, the world's best football player. Sorry, soccer player. Yeah, 24% of his wealth I could do with. Actually, 2% of his wealth would be good. So that uses cognitive services to match up images, okay? But then it starts to get really funky. Emotions, yeah? Now, we create these APIs, but you are the ones that are going to create the cool apps around these, yeah? So I had a special school in Microsoft in Sydney. We do tours and things with schools. And we were doing an app development day. And we were looking at, what kind of apps could use these cognitive services. And one student came up with an idea of an app that could detect autism, yeah? So student talks into it. It looks at the facial emotions and actually kind of connects the things together, okay? So emotional API is really, really interesting. And then things around video, face detection and tracking, okay? Of video itself. So you play a video, you got a live feed in an environment like this, and I could actually turn, one demo I was going to do was turn my laptop around, which is up there at the minute, turn it around and actually grab your faces and actually see how the mood you're in, yeah? If you're tired or you're happy or you're sad and things like that. But the idea is we've created these things, but it's what apps you could make with these. Why would you need an app to find out your age? Can you think of a good idea? Can you think of a good idea of an app that needs to know gender? Yeah? Only lets females, I could think of one now after the mix-up with males and females earlier on. We can do a little sensor on a door to make sure only women go into the women's toilets here, yeah? Because there's a lot of boys who think they're girls. So face detection and tracking is an interesting one. And also motion detection. So actually live video, okay? Live video feeds. being able to check emotions of people going in a city centre, going into your property, picking up if you're the right person or the wrong person to be in there, if it's your house or not, taking photographs of them, or doing whatever you want to, really. But it's your ideas which are the key here. It's not our technology. So here's an example of how that's used in a real-life example, which we did in the UK.
I'm Saqib Sheikh. I lost my sight when I was 7, and shortly after that I went to a school for the blind, and that's where I was introduced to talking computers, and that really opened up a whole new world of opportunities. I joined Microsoft 10 years ago as a software engineer. I love making things which improve people's lives, and one of the things I've always dreamt of since I was at university was this idea of something that could tell you at any moment what's going on around you.
I think it's a man jumping in the air doing a trick on a skateboard.
I teamed up with like-minded engineers to make an app which lets you know who and what is around you. It's based on top of the Microsoft Intelligence APIs, which makes it so much easier to make this kind of thing. The app runs on smartphones, but also on the Pivot Head smart glasses. When you're talking to a bigger group, sometimes you can talk and there's no response, and you think, is everyone listening really well, or are they half asleep? And you never know.
I see two faces, 40-year-old man with a beard looking surprised, 20-year-old woman looking happy.
The app can describe the general age and gender of the people around me and what their emotions are, which is incredible. One of the things that's most useful about the app is the ability to read out text.
Hello, good afternoon. Here's your menu.
Great, thank you. I can use the app on my phone to take a picture of the menu, and it's going to guide me on how to take that correct photo.
Move camera to the bottom right and away from the document.
And then it'll recognize the text. Read me the headings.
I see appetizers, salads, paninis, pizzas, pastas.
Years ago, this was science fiction. I never thought it would be something that you could actually do, but artificial intelligence is improving at an ever faster rate, and I'm really excited to see where we can take this. As engineers, we're always standing on the shoulders of giants, building on top of what went before. And in this case, we've taken years of research from Microsoft Research to pull this off.
I think it's a young girl throwing an orange frisbee in the park.
For me, it's about taking that far-off dream and building it one step at a time. I think this is just the beginning.
So it's the application of the tools and technologies that we're creating which is important for you, okay? So the really interesting thing that he did there was actually the way he used the cognitive services. And everybody in this room, if you give yourself enough time and think about it in the right way and you know the technology you're using, whether it be hardware or software, you can then use that for solutions of your own. And that's where it's exciting from a Microsoft point of view. Because we don't actually go out and create the awesome bits of software for the future. That's you. Yeah? What we do is give you the platforms and the services and the security and the APIs, the code in the background for you to be able to create a solution of your future. And you might have got an idea today after looking at those cognitive APIs. Reach out to us, yeah? And let's help you realize your dreams. Now, the final thing, I can't really leave today without talking about this. Anybody coded in Unity? Anybody use Unity, the game engine? Put your hands up if you use Unity. Unity and Maya and a couple of these tools that we kind of utilizing to make games, we've brought together into one of our new products called HoloLens. And HoloLens is a mixed reality system. So it's not AR, augmented reality. It's not VR, which is virtual reality. It is mixed reality. And again, we've opened up the ecosystem so that you can go out and create stuff for this now. You can go out tomorrow or today even and download Visual Studio Community, download the SDKs for HoloLens, download the holographic SDKs, and you can create for a device like this tomorrow. So all of our technology is about supporting developers of tomorrow, and hopefully it's inspired you a little bit. And I'm going to leave you with this little video and then some helpful advice.
Penny walks in, on location. She has to set up the space for a product unveil for a group of clients. Enter Microsoft HoloLens, the world's first untethered holographic computer. The device maps the room in order to construct a digital map of the space, allowing Penny to fill the room with holograms. What you see here is next-generation hand tracking. Penny moves the holograms throughout the room in real time and space. The boxes react using physics-based simulations, just like they would in the real physical world.
Sorry, Penny. This may be a bad time, but the client is on an earlier flight.
We're so not ready.
Should we start to panic?
Not yet. Just bring the team in, please.
Windows brings spatial sound, articulated hand tracking, and Samir's own hands into VR.
I can see you're hard at work, Samir, but Penny needs your help.
Yeah, sure thing. Just let me check out this bunker real quick.
Samir, the client is on...
As per usual, your sense of timing is just awesome.
Kai-san, Pennyが呼んでいますけど。
今すぐ行くって伝えて。
Kai joins the conversation as a hologram. Samir also appears as a 3D avatar, which he scanned himself using his phone.
Cute.
I try. So, how's it coming?
It's not. This is the flagship store. It's gotta be unforgettable.
Yeah. Not exactly blowing my hair back.
Yeah, the space is driving me nuts.
All right. How about a change of scenery?
Welcome to Think Club.
Imagine the web of the future, where you can draw inspiration from the cloud, in 3 dimensions and all around you.
Some inspiration, please.
Namaste.
These bots help them interface with businesses. This one helps them find amazing 3D assets.
Inspiration comes from the most unfamiliar places. I made you are now me.
Kai uses a pen and Samir uses a specialized controller in order for them both to manipulate and design the 3D creation. The team forgets that they are not together physically as they continue collaborating on the design. Penny picks up the eyedropper to grab a colour from the physical ceiling in order to make things feel more anchored. Through the conversational bot, we see a real-time translation of what Penny's client is saying.
Impressive.
That went well.
The technology you're looking at there is already there, right? Even the translator, which is built into Skype these days. So my kids love using HoloLens. I got one at home and they play with it quite a lot. Just to kind of experiment and play. They don't create with it though. It's all about creating. It's not usage. And going back to my point at the beginning, technology is turning us into consumers and we need to turn back and become developers and actually being able to take control of the technology rather than let it take control of us. So just to leave you with this slide, because my time's up, a couple of things for you to look at. Here are some things if you want to find out more about our cognitive services or any of the kind of tools that we've kind of looked at today. You can find all of the stuff for free on the Virtual Academy and the Developer Network. And also what's really important are your soft skills around teamwork and collaboration. If you're really interested in technology, start a blog, start to use social, start to use some of the platforms and showcase what the amazing stuff you're doing in your school is now. Because that's what people are going to look at. Everybody comes to Microsoft and they'll come with a degree or whatever they need and they get them in the door. But that's not going to differentiate them to getting the job. It's how you work with people and how you actually interact and communicate and what have you done in the past and how innovative are you. Okay? So hopefully that's been a bit of a journey through kind of a few different areas of the future. Hopefully it gives you a little bit of focus. So the question was, how do you go about implementing mixed reality in the 3D space? So how you do that is the HoloLens itself scans in the environment, so it knows where the tables and chairs are. So the mixed reality element means that it scans things in. So it'll know that there's a monitor here, there's chairs there, and then it treats the room like a game. So it then maps in, say, for example, if you've got a little squirrel, you want to run along the floor, it'll jump on the chairs, under things. So what you've got to do when you start a game, with HoloLens you turn it on and you've got to look under everything and it maps the room in. And once it's mapped the room, then you 3D objects you've created in Unity or Maya then can interact with that. And they'll stop when they get to a wall or they'll climb up the wall. It's very cool actually.